how you doing? My name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. This is like an online stage vlogging and fun with balloons, etc. channel. I try and keep it positive. Sometimes life is negative and you just talk about your feelings and get it all out. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 7:30 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Wednesday the 15th of June.
And Alexa, the weather. Alexa, the weather.
Currently, in Rochester it's 13 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect partly sunny weather, with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 12 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
I should really tell a boxing joke, but I can't think of a punchline.
That's funny. Boxing joke. Alexa, thought of the day.
Here is your thought for June 15th. From Albert Einstein, try not to become a man of success. Rather become a man of value.
Right, guys. So it's a lovely, lovely Wednesday morning here in Rochester. The sun's out. It's shorts weather again. It's very hot. I mean, I left my window open overnight. It was stifling hot. And sometimes I felt like I couldn't breathe. And over the next few days, I think it's going to get even hotter. It was expected to be the hottest day of the year today. And they're telling people to look after the vulnerable and elderly because extreme heat can make you feel as ill as when it's really freezing cold. And it can exacerbate conditions. It can exacerbate pain, extreme heat as well. Right, guys, so I'm here at my flat by myself. I got woken up about 20 to 5:45 this morning. Obviously, my neighbour probably wanted his kids up early because he had to go out early. He's just gone out at 7:30 with his kids. So I was woken up fairly early this morning. It must have been gone 6:30, something like that. Running across the ceiling, banging, yelling, and stamping on the balcony, sounding like they're knocking the balcony, bang, bang, bang on the balcony. They can't help it, so I make allowances for it. I haven't got to go to work. Sometimes it gives me a really bad headache and hurts my ears and face, but I mean, that is not their fault, and I understand that. But it does sound like they're stomping on the balcony, and I've seen it happen to other people. When you hear a great big noise coming from above your head, because the balcony is a box right above me, it's not miles away, it's there, like on top of each other. It's the way the building's been built. The box is right over my head, so when somebody stamps on it, it sounds awful. And I've seen somebody else come running out when kids have been stomping on the balcony. It doesn't just happen to me. It's the way the building's built, right? So it sounds like the balcony's caving in. So I got up out of bed and I just put the radio on to mask the noise. I put the radio on to mask it out, and they got louder. And they've gone out, which is great because it's quiet now. But I've been woken up extra early, and there's nowhere to go and nothing to do, so I'm just sat here. And the builders are going to start work in approximately half an hour, so I've woken up tired, my eyes are sore, and the builders are going to start drilling in half an hour, and he's gone out, and he won't be back till later on this afternoon. So he's not putting up with it, I am. Last night I took Max out for a walk on the field. It was so hot I didn't want to do a video. I was just too exhausted. I'd walked around Rochester High Street. A drug addict had asked me for 50 pence. You could see he was a drug addict. He was dribbling, all his teeth were missing, and he looked like a pig. He had all his teeth out, hairy face, big nose, prominent nose holes, and he asked if I could give him 50p. At that point I didn't have any change, so I couldn't give him 50 pence. And you've got to bear in mind, what are these beggars wanting the money for? If it's drugs and drink, I'm not giving them money for drugs and drink. It's better to buy them a coffee, give them a sandwich, than give them money, to be honest. And that's what I would advise anybody to do, that where somebody is asking them for money and they look like they're a drug addict or a drunk, give them a sandwich or a cup of coffee, don't give them any money. Because they go and buy drugs and drink with it and they do themselves harm. So I walked past that, and Chatham and Rochester are full of drug addicts, they're everywhere. People become addicted for different reasons, and I do feel sorry for them, and they need help. And there should be more done to help the homeless, because there's still homeless in Chatham and Rochester sitting and begging on the streets, which is disgraceful. Not only that, people that have got children, right, people are scared. When somebody comes up to you dribbling and looking angry, aggressive and asking for money, and it's scary for people on the street. They want to help. But you know what I mean? You've got to protect yourself and your children. It can be frightening being approached by somebody that, you know, no fault of their own, looks quite terrifying. So, last night I took Max out for a walk. It was fairly quiet. I'm not angry, right? I've got a sandwich and sushi. You know, my mum doesn't want to see me to Sunday, and she made a joke, what have you been doing? I said I was tired to my mother on the phone, and she made a joke, what have you been doing then? Like laughing. I know what she meant. I haven't been doing anything. I just sit in my flat, getting suffocated by the heat by myself. Luckily, I had a coffee yesterday, a nice cold one, and I know how to look after myself and protect myself, because absolutely nobody else does. Right? It's exhausting just to walk the dog around the field when it's really, really hot. So I take plenty of water and make sure I've got my mobile phone in case anything happens. You know, usual, I'm a woman, usual homophobic jokes. I'm going to ram you up the ARSE, give your ARSE a big pounding. Where they've got this thing, when I'm a man, I haven't got a clue. When I walk around town, it's usually with my son, and I'm his mother. So we get the bum jokes. It's a bum rap. So last night, two men were talking on the balcony together, two blokes. You know, I don't mind people of a different ethnicity. I don't mind people that are lesbian, gay, transgender. I don't mind that at all. But I am a woman, and I'm straight, in chat last night, Terry is a man that has parts of a woman's genitalia, and people are curious about Terry. So Terry gets a lot of bullying. Right, so I went into Andrew Goyne's chat as Crystal, and I'm a woman, and she was talking to somebody about the long-term and the effects of domestic violence on children. And I did a video yesterday morning talking about how my kids and I had suffered domestic violence by my husband. Not by my gay partner, by my husband. I'm straight, and I was married to a man for 18 years, and I had 4 children. Saying that, people of any ethnicity, any, sexual orientation can suffer domestic violence. It's not just men against women. Women hit men, same-sex partners can be abusive, and children can hit their parents. So can we get that straight, that it just doesn't happen to women? Same-sex marriages can suffer domestic violence. Lesbian, gay partnerships, domestic violence, and children can abuse their parents, which is highly embarrassing and hard to talk about when you are being attacked by your children. And I'm not just somebody that's talking about it, I've experienced domestic abuse, okay? I was in an abusive relationship for 18 years, and I know the effects that happen on children, and I said that yesterday morning. So anything to do with domestic violence and things like that I'm interested in because it's happened to me. Excuse these dogs barking, this happens every time I try and do a video. My neighbour has gone out for 10 minutes. It's only been gone out 10 minutes. So I have to shut the window when it's hot. But who wants to listen to that? I really do think that someone has taken my name and abused it and spread things about that aren't true. When I reported it to the police, because I thought it was my own father doing it, so I reported it to the police. And 2 months after my father was dead, they knocked at my door offering me some help after my father had passed away. Every time a police officer's come out, they have looked at me as if I'm mad. They've not helped me at all. They've questioned my mental health and told me to go to A&E. When I reported the neighbour upstairs to the police for, not stalking, but for... The windows are shut now. The windows are shut. And you can still hear that dog barking. When I reported the neighbours, when it first started, right, it was getting out of hand, and I reported it to the police. And they came into my flat, 2 young male police officers, no more than 25. They couldn't have been very, very old. And they was all embarrassed and red in the face. Because they came out to a woman. I think they were expecting to see a man or somebody extremely mentally disabled. noise is causing me distress. I'm worried about the children upstairs. I even think he might have left one alone in the flat by himself. They said to me, we're not going upstairs to knock on the door, we're not talking to kids. So they didn't even check if the kids were safe. And they said to me, the best thing you can do is go to accident and emergency and say the noise is making you feel mentally ill. I mean, anybody suffering extreme noise and bullying is going to feel mentally ill. But shouldn't they be, trying to sort out the problem instead of keep sending me to mental health hospitals? Because I'm not mentally ill in that way. And that's all the police have done since I've been down here in 2008. Blame it on my mental health. And it's my mum that's diagnosed with schizophrenia. And at the moment, she's not receiving any care. I think she takes a tablet every day, but she's not getting any mental health support. So why should the police keep saying to me, go to A&E about my mental health when I call them out? And the bullying's still going on. These kids are still, for a woman that's suffering chronic pain, 6:30 in the morning. Sounds like a herd of elephants going across the ceiling and they're breaking the balcony. Right, he's gone out. He's not going to suffer all this noise. It's me. He's laughing his head off. Right, sometimes he wears a t-shirt and covers the words. He's got a diesel t-shirt, and sometimes he wears the words. He covers. It just shows the word die, D-I-E. So the Zul is covered by a bag he's carrying or something, and all you can see is die, D-I-E. Right, guys, I'm going to do some balloon videos. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. A woman can wear shorts. I mean, I'm not gay. I'm a straight woman. I'm looking for a nice man to settle down with. And when I walk down the road, I'm walking down the road with my son, right? So there are a lot of homosexual couples now. Elton John has got a male partner, and they've got children together, right? It's the norm now, right? Freddie Mercury brought homosexuality out into the open. He was quite open about it, right? But I am not gay. I'm a woman looking for a man. I haven't got a partner. I haven't really had a partner since my divorce in 2008. I've had on-off relationships that haven't worked out because I've had problems with domestic violence and being abused by men. Not women or gays, men. Men have abused me. I mean, I was walking around the field yesterday. People Max will bark. They won't look me in the eye. They will say, oh, that doggy said hello. Somebody said that doggy said hello yesterday. And when I walked around the field and Max barked, they went, oh, look at that doggy. Oh, look at that doggy. No one looks me in the eye, smiles or speaks to me. Apart from a couple of women, the woman with the cat talked to me twice. She was sat out there sunbathing in a chair, and she talked to me as I was going in the door.